Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's live call. I've got a special guest for you. His name's Tim Colson, and we're going to be talking about business development for your ACS business. Of course, you can use it for any kind of business development, whichever line of business you're in, but specifically, we're going to be talking about bringing people onto the ACS family and making loads of money. So with that said, good afternoon, Tim.
Hey there, how are you, Dan? Happy to be here, man.
Thank you so much. I am going to see if I can, bear with me. Okay, I believe I can see myself and it's all good. So I can see Scott saying hello, and
Hey, Scott.
we've got some people watching, so that's good. It's always a good start. You never know. But right, so Tim, before we start, tell me a bit about yourself. Where you from? What do you do? Anything else you want to tell us this afternoon?
Yeah, sure. Hi, everybody. So my name is Tim Colson. I've been an entrepreneur for 8 years. I've owned my own independent financial practice, and I also own a consulting company where I help entrepreneurs like yourself develop the skills they need to explode their business and build their brand. I'm from New York. I'm about an hour north of Manhattan. I'm a married father of 5, so I have a small basketball team or hockey team, whatever you want to say. But I got 5 boys, and I have a lot to fight for every day. So that's why I love being an entrepreneur, because it gives me an opportunity to spend time with my family and also impact people that I serve in the community. So really happy to be here, and I hope that you get some value out of this.
Nice one. Okay, so that's great. Father of 5. That sounds like a full-time job, but we can talk about that later, maybe offline. Right, so you got a financial practice business.
Yep.
And you're growing. Is it kind of word of mouth, or how do you do the networking side? Sorry,
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yep. No, so I mean, my business is primarily referral based, and I consider myself very blessed to be in that position. It took a lot of hard work to get there, but I generate on average about 10 referrals a week. And that's really helped my business spread through word of mouth, and it makes it a little bit more intimate. I also don't have to worry about a lot of the same things that other entrepreneurs worry about, like where's their next client going to come from. So the thing is, though, is if you put a lot of work in the beginning to build that network, that network is going to serve you, and it's going to send you a lot of referrals and help your business be more like word of mouth and things of that nature. So yeah, it's awesome.
And that's exactly it. So just to kind of recap to anyone listening, so you've seen your 6 methods of making money with ACS, and you know that one of them, where we see some amazing results and pretty fast as well, it's all recurring, it's all pretty passive stuff, is where people send other people to our live webinars, and we close the deal for them, and then they become members. So that's what we're going to be talking about today, is how to get people onto these live webinars using some of the methods that Tim's going to be teaching us. Slightly different industry. So Tim's in the finance industry, we're in the affiliate marketing industry, but the basics are going to be the same, in as much as we're looking at networking. We're going to be looking at expanding beyond the teaser posts on Facebook. They work, they have their place, but it's, we need to be growing above that to take it on to the next level. And we are looking at, some people are making life-changing amounts of income using some of these tactics. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So Tim, without further ado, what sort of tips? So how do we get started? Imagine I am one of the people watching, and I've got no network. Possibly I might have a little bit of a network, but it's nothing big, and I want to get started. I want to make money. What do I do? What's my first step when I wake up tomorrow?
The first thing that I would do if I were you, I would take a moment to self-reflect and find out why it is you're doing what you're doing. Like, what's your purpose? I consider myself a very purpose-driven entrepreneur, and I want to bring my purpose out to the marketplace. So when I'm bringing it out into the business community, like for me, I'm very big on working with the homeless. I'm very big on serving fatherless children up here in my area, Hudson Valley area. So I've aligned myself with several organizations that do those types of things. Now, when I'm at those organizations and I'm serving and I'm helping others, I'm getting an opportunity to rub elbows with other people in the community, other business owners. Maybe they're directors of non-for-profits. Maybe they're people that they're just looking for a different opportunity to make some side income or whatever. But it's a putting a focus on serving others is going to help you immediately build your brand, because people are going to get a chance to know you. They're going to get a chance to trust you, and people that know and trust you, I think we can all agree they're going to want to do business with you. So if I'm you, that's where I'm starting. I'm starting right outside my own door. I'm gonna find something that I align with, that's a passion of mine, and I'm gonna go start serving. It sounds a little crazy, but it's a great way to get around other people. And you hit the nail on the head before. The link, that's a great opportunity to generate people to bring to the opportunity. But you want to diversify the different buckets of names that you get, right? You want to diversify your marketing, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you're in finance or ACS, you're a marketer first. You have to bring your opportunity to the marketplace so people know who you are, what you're doing, and how you can help them. So
Yeah. Okay, so if I take that to the ACS world, what I would say is just know in your heart of hearts that this is a good opportunity, because when you go out to people, they can sense if you believe in that opportunity. And we've seen some people go out and they wholeheartedly recommend the opportunity. They say, oh, just come on the call, you're going to be learning some stuff. Here's an intro video. And they believe in it. And that stuff really kind of resonates, doesn't it? Because people can smell if you believe yourself in what it is that you are promoting, right? Yep. You can't fib that sort of thing. So
100%.
So, if you're not sure about it, find the reasons why, have a chat, come on the calls, have a look at testimonials. But, this is a really good opportunity. People are making money in an industry that's renowned for being full of, scammers and shysters. This thing actually works. So once you know that, you can feel very confident actually going forward to your network, which we're going to be talking about in just a minute, and actually just getting people on the call. That's all we need to do.
Yep.
So that's our rule number one.
First one
is kind of really be behind it, right? So
because you have to believe in what you're doing, and the ACS opportunity is a great one. It's a way that you're going to impact people. So people are only going to know about it if they know you. So I mean, you really have to put yourself out there and get comfortable doing that. The second one is auditing your social media pages. So your Facebook, your Instagram, your LinkedIn. I mean, over here in New York, we have the worldwide pandemic, but in New York, everything's shut down. So if I'm a marketer, how am I going to get in touch with people? Everybody has this thing in their hand all day long. So that's going to be my method of communication. When people come to my social media pages, I want everything to be clean. I want it to be consistent. LinkedIn is a huge opportunity for network marketing.
Okay, so how do you get people onto your pages? Because driving traffic has always been a bit of a challenge for everyone.
Okay, yeah, and that's a great point. You can identify your target market, and you can actually go and connect with them. So I know that there is, like, to build an audience on your social media pages, whether it be LinkedIn, Facebook, or whatever, you can identify the audience that you want to speak to, that would benefit most from the ACS opportunity, and you can invite them into your community, invite them to be your friend on Facebook, invite them to be your connection on LinkedIn. And at that point, once they connect, just send them a message and say, hey, I'm really thankful that you connected with me. I'd love to have an opportunity to get to know you a little bit better and how I can bring value to you. Once you do that, like saying those words, it's going to disarm people. It makes them believe that you're not the scammer that you mentioned a few minutes ago. Because usually, I mean, I think we can all agree we've had that person slide into our DMs, or slide into our inbox, and they immediately hit you with the big long link, like the big long link message. If you just start the conversation with, hey, thank you so-and-so for connecting with me. I'd love an opportunity to learn more about you and how I can bring value to what you're doing. That's going to convince people that you want to help them and that you want to impact them positively. And then they're going to connect with you on a favorable basis. Now, whether or not they become a customer, that's neither here nor there. But what that does is that's going to build trust, and that's going to cause them to potentially want to refer you. And you wouldn't believe how many referrals I've gotten from people I've never done business with, but because I connected with them on social media, I sent a favorable message to them, just introducing myself and wanting to get to know them on a more on a deeper basis. I've gotten referrals from it. That's part of the 10 that I get each week. It's just from people that have never done business with me before.
Do you have so how what sort of wording do you use? Because a lot of people watching this would be wondering about how to make that initial approach. Like, did you say, hi, I've seen your did you try to
Yep.
find
Yeah.
an
Yeah.
area of
Let's.
commonality somewhere?
Yep.
Like, oh,
Yeah. So I would look like Dan. So I would look at Dan's profile, and I would identify one or two things that we share in common. Like Dan's a father, I'm a father. So hey Dan, I just wanted to connect with you on here. You have a beautiful family. I'd love an opportunity to chat with you for 15 minutes and just get to know you a little bit better and how I can bring value to you. I want to make that connection more than just an ad friend. I want Dan to know that if he has a problem or if he ever wants to talk or anything, he can reach out to me and I'm a real human being. And I think that's something that gets lost in marketing nowadays, is that we've almost forgot how to be human with each other. We just automatically send the message of, hey, here's my thing and here's my link, follow the link. It's just as if I'm at a coffee shop and I walk up to somebody and say, hey, it's a really beautiful family you have there. My name is Tim. How can I bring value to you? Just getting to know someone one-on-one,
yeah.
So it's really taking the interpersonal skills that we all have, that we've grown up with, and translating them to an online world.
So how do you choose which people to? So I guess two things, and I need to maybe refine what you say more to kind of our industry, because I know so we're in the make money online niche. So I think people are a little bit on guard.
Yep.
As soon as you write to them, hey, I want to change your life, they're like, whoop, shutters. Up come the shutters. So how can we change that? So what I'm thinking is, for example, locality. Hey mate, I see you're from I see you're from New York. How's it going? I just had a look at your profile. I happened to stumble upon your profile. I see you're from New York. I've got lots of business colleagues in New York. How is it going there at the moment? So maybe, and I'm just thinking aloud here, Tim.
Yeah.
I'm trying to refine, what you just said. So
Yeah.
maybe what we can do is a quick Google search on New York, right? And I mean, what's trending in the moment there? Like, just quick trends.
Quick trends.
I don't know.
Coronavirus.
COVID,
No,
right?
I mean, but so the thing is there's been a lot of, how have you fared during the lockdown? Like how are you? Like that's a really big topic, and a lot of people around where I am, we're just not the ones that aren't talking about it. Like I would be thankful if somebody reached out to me and said, how are you doing? Like it seems so simple, but it would mean a lot. So I know that New York's not the only state that's been affected over here in the States, but like just reaching out and being human. And I think that's, changing the verbiage and making it a little more just disarming, like not so, hey, I'm going to change your life. It's more like, hey, how are you? Like I'm a human just like you. Because I get what you're saying. Like things are very interesting nowadays online. My spam box gets filled up quite a bit. So
Yes, yeah, I think you need to be careful with that. And so what I would say, like in the UK at the moment, for example, what everyone's talking about is the rate of vaccination and when everyone's going to come out of lockdown. So everyone's fixated with lockdown, and when Boris Johnson, you don't want to be political, you never want to go politics, but you say, hey guy, hey mate, I've just seen you're from the UK. Really interesting in some of your posts. I saw that you guys, there's talk of you coming out of lockdown in June. How's it going for you? Something. So that person might be thinking, oh, he wants to sell me something, but at least he's doing it in a nice way. Like he's taking the time. He's come out. He's made a bit of research. Eventually, there's going to come a bit of an ask, right? It's not going to be too much of an ask, but at least he's got the decency of kind of having done a bit of research, which takes about 1 minute. He knows what he's talking about, and he's creating a bit of small talk with me.
Yep. And taking that 1 or 2 minutes to research who you're reaching out to, it may seem time consuming, but it makes that person less of a number, and it makes that connection a little bit stronger. So even if they do connect with you and they do see that, you're going to connect on a more favorable basis. And that's what we all want. We want to be on a favorable basis with people, because people are our business. It doesn't matter what you're doing as a marketer. People are your business, and we can't forget that. Like, that's how we make a greater impact,
Yeah.
by being connected with people. So
Yeah, no, for sure. And so do you use, is it Facebook that you use predominantly, or is it?
yeah, Facebook is a big one, and then LinkedIn. And I can't understate LinkedIn. Like, I really feel like, even from a network marketing standpoint, it's really being utilized. It sets you apart, because network marketing is we all network market in some way, shape, or form, so it's for the ACS opportunity. Positioning yourself as a professional on LinkedIn, it's going to give you access to different people. It's going to put you in front of people that may send Susie or John to your page, that may send Susie, John, or Tammy to your webinar. It's like, these are the places online. Being active on social media and being consistent, being on all of them, like all the platforms, is really going to, it's the new billboard. It's the way people see who you are, what you're doing. You're going to get a nice diversification of referrals from all these different things. You just have to be cognizant of the audience on LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, you're going to have like professionals, but you're a professional as well with ACS. It's an opportunity. You're a business person. So just bringing that out to the professional marketplace is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would also say that you need to take care of your profile. So it needs to look
Yes.
professional. I would say definitely have a picture,
Yep.
an image of you, a facial one, because
Yep.
otherwise, if people just see a dog or your car or a logo, it's not going to happen, or even nothing. They just leave it blank and it's a Facebook user. That's the worst, isn't it?
Yep, that is. No, I mean, I think it's really important to audit your social media profiles regularly.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I would say too is that with building out your network, it may not happen overnight. It may not happen overnight. It may be one of those things where it takes 3 to 4 weeks. But I've found that if I do any activity where I'm marketing myself and trying to connect with people for a minimum of 4 to 5 weeks, by the 5th week, I'm starting to reap a harvest from the seeds that are sowed. So, I mean, just be consistent with it too. That's the most important part.
Yeah. Okay. So to be patient as well, because
Yes.
oftentimes people want to get results quickly, but even if you leave someone a message and they reply to you a day or two later, it doesn't have to be all the time. It doesn't have to be like on real time.
Yep.
All the time, and that just means you have more time for yourself to do other things. You can just maybe drop, maybe say 5 messages a day. You need to be a little bit careful with messages. I'd say maybe 5 a day, no more than that, because that can be, you don't want Facebook to kind of penalize you or anything like that. So but yeah, okay, good. So social media is one thing.
Yep.
And also you've mentioned that possibly going kind of offline a little bit and maybe using some.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk about that.
So there's a few strategies that I use when I'm going offline. So there are networking groups like BNI, Master Networks, local chambers, things of that nature. These organizations usually hold mixers. They don't cost you anything to go to. It's an opportunity for you to network with anywhere between 30 and 50 actual people. A lot of people have been doing them virtually over Zoom. So you can like kind of hop around throughout the country. I know Master Networks is one where if you're a member, you can join any group at any time that's going on. They actually give you the roster of the chapters, and you can just show up. They give you 45 seconds to introduce yourself, introduce your business, and then they do breakout sessions where you connect with 4 to 5 other entrepreneurs, and you get an opportunity to learn about each other. And that's how you build relationships with other entrepreneurs. Another off the wall one that I like to use is I just go out in my community. I follow my dollar, so to speak. So where do I spend the most of my money? Like the coffee shop, place where I get my hair cut, things of that nature. But just tagging myself at that person's place of business, checking in, speaking to the business owner, introducing myself, introducing the opportunity, like just being present in the community. I think it's really important. So
Okay. Can the thing you mentioned previously about the fact that you get a kind of a 45-second pitch,
yeah,
that's really interesting.
it
Uh,
is.
do you have some examples that maybe you can share? Maybe I'll try to put them in the comments as well, because maybe people can actually get, the majority of people watching this would be from the US.
Yep.
That's probably not a
Yeah.
bad place to start.
No, it's not. I mean, so Master Networks, I would say, is a great place to start.
Is it Master Networks?
Yep, Master Networks. And
Is it free?
it's
Is it free to join?
so you get 3 free visits to any chapter. You can, and then to join, I think it's $40 a month. They, but you do get the 3 free visits.
Right.
And it's an opportunity every week. You will be the only person that holds the ACS chair in that group. So there's not an opportunity for multiple ACS agents to be in the same chapter.
Right.
So you're going to be like, it's a great opportunity for you to build a captive audience.
So I guess people can try it.
Yes. Yep.
And see how much business they get out of it.
Yep.
And
And so the thing is that in the beginning of my my business back in 2013, I used to make a habit of going to these things for free. I would use my 3 free visits, and I would connect. You get everybody's business card, and you connect with them offline for free, and you can go get coffee. You can get to know each other. You can build your own network just by doing that. You don't have to spend money. Like I know that some of these organizations want you to, but truthfully, you don't have to. You can just connect with people. It's an easy way to connect with 20 to 40 business owners on a weekly basis. It really is.
Nice. So that was what. So that sounds like a really good opportunity that people can start doing today. I'm wondering if they have an international branch as well.
Yep. So BNI is international. BNI is very similar to Master Networks.
I'm just going to make a note of this. So
yeah, sure.
BNI.
Yep.
And Master Networks. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So BNI has international reach. Master Networks is more in the States.
Yeah.
But BNI, the difference is they will allow you to visit twice for free. And they're doing Zoom calls as well. So, yeah. I mean, I think there are some chapters that are meeting in person at a local diner. But it just depends on where you are regionally in the United States or outside of the United States.
What does a chapter mean? Is it like a town?
So like for me, I'm a member of a BNI group in New Paltz, which is close to me.
Yeah.
And prior to coronavirus, we met at the local diner, and we met every Wednesday morning. I hold the seat for my specific industry, and I get an opportunity every week to pitch my services for a minute.
Right.
I have deep relationships with the other 20 members in the group. That group gives me at least 3 referrals a week. I mean, that's part of my 10. So my 10 come from all over the place, but at least 3 to 4 of them come from that. So
these referrals, you close them. I mean, what's your close ratio?
Yeah. So my close ratio, historically is 72%. So for every 10 people, I'm closing 7.2 people. But yeah, no, it's a weird number. That's just what it averaged out to be. But yeah, no, so I get a 70% close rate. And I think the reason it's so high is because it's warm. They're warm referrals. I mean, it's not a cold thing. Like it's not like a cold thing where you're closing 1% of people. The people that meet with me, they know who I am, they know what I do, they know my reputation, and they know my brand. And it's really just a matter of if it's a fit or not. And the thing is that it doesn't matter what industry I'm in. I mean, you could sell sandwiches, right? If people come to your shop and they know who you are, what you're about, and you're all about quality, a quality experience, they're going to want to do business with you. So, I mean, that's just what marketing is.
Yeah. So can you join multiple chapters all at once and kind of, do?
So COVID has changed things. I know Master Networks, they have if you joined Master Networks, you can join as a friend of Master Networks, and that gives you the opportunity to just hop around to different meetings, as long as there isn't another person that holds your the ACS seat in the chapter.
Does it need to be an ACS seat, or does it have to be an affiliate marketing seat?
Well, that would be ACS. So I mean, I don't think it would be necessarily affiliate marketing, because there's multiple marketers in each group. It's by industry. Right. So I'll give it, for instance, in my industry, I could do 5 different things with one client. If I go to one of these groups, for every single line of business, there's someone like me in there. So there's a financial advisor, there's an insurance person, there's an auto and home insurance person. So they're very good about breaking it down, so that way there's a lot of opportunity inside the group to connect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So listen, that's been real gold. I mean, I think you've given us some really good tips.
Okay.
You've also mentioned to me when we spoke offline kind of about reaching out to people in, I don't know, church environment, if you happen to go to church, or an expat. Some of the people watching might be expats. So something that's a bit more personal, and that, that's a lot of people do network in the church settings.
Yep.
But of course, that's very personal sort of decision if you go to church.
Yeah. So I mean, what I do regularly is I do a spider web exercise, and I'll sit down and I'll just think about the different places that I am. So whether it be church, I belong to a local business council, I'm on the board of directors. Just putting all those opportunities on paper and seeing if it's a viable option. I mean, church is a big area. Those are the people that you break bread with on a weekly basis. So it is an opportunity for you to sit down on a more favorable basis. Looking at a business council or a club, perhaps. I'm a former hockey player, so I look at the hockey teams I used to be on. Those people are going to meet with me on a more favorable basis. They're going to know people that will meet with me on a more favorable basis because they know me. So just looking at the different things or clubs or activities that you're involved in, and leveraging those people to help you build a relationship with somebody you may not know.
Nice. Okay, good. What I suggest we do now, Tim, is maybe let's see. We've had quite a few comments, so let's
hopefully
see.
Good ones.
So Scott says, can you see the comments, by the way?
Don't know. I don't know if I can.
Okay, so let's see.
No, I don't.
By the way,
I think I saw one before. Someone asked me what my business was. Is that one of them?
By the way, if anyone's got any questions, do ask in the comments. Scott says locally Chamber of Commerce networking is a great relationship builder. Yep. Absolutely. I guess we need to adapt a little bit now with Corona, but life goes on, doesn't it?
So, it does, and a lot of the local chambers have adopted a virtual method. So they are still having virtual mixers. I was just on one last week down about an hour from me, and I connected with 3 new people. And that's another thing too, is when I go to these type of functions, I set a goal for myself. I want to build 3 new relationships every single time. And I think what that does, 3 is a reasonable number.
Yeah.
It helps you not turn it into I just need to connect with people fast. It's more of I want to build a deep relationship with people, because that's where the referrals come from. The referrals come from people that know, like, and trust you and have a deep relationship with you. So
absolutely. And that's one thing we have good going with this group here with ACS, is we pretty much know each person to an extent, whereas traditional email marketing is very anonymous.
Yep.
Whereas, we hear you kind of get to know about people's circumstances, and you can actually work with them to achieve success. So I know exactly what you mean. You get that kind of depth of relationship that is really good for business.
Yep.
All right, good. So, Tim, I can't see any more questions come through. So let me ask you one.
Sure.
If anyone wants to find out more about your business, what
Yep.
do they do? How do they get hold of you? And I recommend that I'll send you an invite anyway to join the group.
Okay.
You can sort of mingle a bit. But yeah, how do people get to find out a bit more about you?
Yep. So the best place to find me, you can go to my website for my company, tristate-legacy-group.com. And through there, you'll have access to get to my Facebook page, my Instagram page. I'm also on Instagram as @FinCoachColson, and
Right.
that's spelled FINCOACH_COLSON.
Nice
And
one.
it's like a cartoon superhero guy in the picture. It's
Yeah.
me as Spider-Man. So
You must be your favorite superhero, right?
yeah, I do love my Spider-Man. So
With 5 boys, I can see why.
yeah, I got to do some web to get them all lassoed up.
All right, good. So unless we've got any more questions, I think we're going to call it a day. Thank you. Oh, here we go. Sorry, we have got one from Edwin, and that is, what advice can you give to find new business founders compared to established business owners? That's it's a bit of a brain teaser there for you.
Yeah. So somebody that's just getting into business.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So
And so I think that that's a really interesting point. The come up is always better. It's like when you grow with another business owner that maybe has just gotten into business at the same time as you, and you can help each other leverage each other's networks and resources to grow your businesses. I think that's an awesome opportunity. I would say the two best places to find them are at these networking functions. So
yeah,
like a master networks, you get a lot of new people joining that have just founded a business. The other one is LinkedIn. Like just do a quick search, pick an industry and go at it. And then, yeah. I mean, I love pizza. Like I love, and I this sound crazy. I love pizza. I'll go on LinkedIn and I'll look up pizzeria owners. And what I'll do is I'll find the pizzeria owners that have been in business for less than a year and I'll go connect with them.
that's it. A
That's it.
bit of manual elbow
Yeah,
grease.
it's just a little bit of work, but the more work you put into it, the more purpose you're going to feel, and that's going to show to the people that you take care of. So
Yeah, nice one. And see, what's good about our business is that once you get a customer, it's a recurring
yep,
subscription. So it's not, so once they're there, you know, it's very easy to build up residual income. It's pretty
yep,
passive. You know, it takes a bit of effort to climb up that mountain, but once you're there, you can pretty much retire.
yeah,
Literally. I mean, this stuff's pretty passive, you know.
that's awesome.
So yeah, good. Alrighty, let's see if anything else has come through. And I don't believe it has. So with that said, I just wanted to thank you very much for being so generous with your knowledge and time today.
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
looking forward to seeing you in the group network and people reaching out to you for anything else. And yeah, just wish you a good day ahead.
Awesome.
Speak
Thank
soon.
you so much. I appreciate it, Dan.
Take care now. Bye-bye.